Boss girl.
Yeah.
What?
Hey! Press a button.
We live, people.
Press it.
We
the
live.
button, John.
I did. We live.
The commercial, John.
I got you.
You said you were going to push the button.
You know, I love this. Let me go ahead.
Are you interested in understanding GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Mounjaro? Then join us on the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, the groundbreaking podcast helping people change their lives one episode at a time. The Plus Sides podcast is a disruptor. We're breaking down barriers, smashing stereotypes, and sharing inspiring stories that'll leave you feeling informed and empowered. Join us every week to learn from doctors who are specialists around GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro. They'll provide you with science and facts to validate these incredible stories. But that's not all. We'll also bring you the voices of the GLP-1 Mounjaro TikTok community, real people who face the challenges of obesity, related diseases and disorders, and discovered the incredible plus sides of GLP-1 medications. Our episodes are filled with heartwarming stories, laughter, and moments of triumph. You'll connect with our amazing community members who are reclaiming their health and experiencing their fullest lives. Are you ready to embark on a journey of discovery and empowerment? Tune in to the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, and together we'll change the narrative around obesity and end the stigma. Subscribe now on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and join our incredible community. Let's celebrate the plus sides of life together, because every story deserves to be heard. Every life deserves to shine, and everyone deserves access to expert knowledge and medication. The Plus Sides Podcast. You're not alone. It's not your fault.
Food has definitely been a very dominant voice in my head. That's not the main focus anymore. Dieting, exercising, and adding GLP-1s through Ro is a game changer. I have such a sense of mental freedom since I started with Ro. Food no longer controls my thoughts. Family time used to revolve around food, and now it revolves around what we're gonna go do together.
I gotta go. I love you.
I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here.
Big news for semaglutide.
I'm the most elusive of all the doses. So I have a couple theories, and I'm interested to hear yours. The first, who likes my Karnak hat?
Jokes about terzepatide.
You are on the pen.
Hey. Hey, everybody. I am drinking a Coca-Cola beverage today.
I have yogurt, I have Spindrift, and I have coffee. Let's go.
Wow,
Let's go.
I'm
I
drinking
have
actual
Seek
Coca-Cola.
in here. Oh,
I
look,
also have Seek in my Gatorade bottle.
in my
And now I'm
Halloween
jealous.
cup.
And you
Because after July 4th, it's Halloween season. I don't make the rules.
It's true, Kat. I'm telling you. Hey, everybody, real quick, while we're here, we need you to like the live for us, would you? Or engage in all the ways that you
Like
do
the
in
live. Yep.
If
Okay.
you love us,
Yeah.
I'm just going to put on a good Catholic mom guilt trip. If you
Yeah.
love me, you'll do that.
Please like the live.
Like, look at Dixie's face in the background.
Bear started working in stuff in our edited for the podcast for when we do this one, where it's got like thumbs and eyeballs and stuff like that on it, where it's like, please like and share and all the things. He's working on it. He's getting editing skills to pay the bills.
Yep. We need to. I wanted to talk to you about that. I actually saw some stuff in Adobe I wanted to talk to you about.
Well, we will do that after.
Yeah.
Good
You know,
news.
to make all this stuff wonderful for all of our people. You know.
Oh my God. I decided to make backstage content because Dave used to do that back in the day. And I started recording myself. And I just realized I was just this giant squirrely mess. Like all I do is just run my mouth, like about Seek and like, I don't know, chafing. Like it. So, bonus content. Become a member.
Can't wait to see that one.
Y'all don't know what it's
show
like
us where
living-
it's chafing, though.
I don't. I only talk about it. Funny story. We can do it since we're here. I saw this on Shark Tank when John and I were on vacation. Because, back, because ADHD, we were all on vacation. So that's why we're back, But I saw this on Shark Tank because John and I like to watch Shark Tank on video, but it's for chafing. And I reached out to the company because they didn't get a deal on Shark Tank. And I was like, this is a brilliant idea. It's like, instead of cream, it's like a little, it's like a adhesive. I'm going to try it and do a shop video for them. But
Really?
yes.
Listen, all the big thigh girls are intrigued.
You see this girl? You see this girl? She's a woman's wrestler. So she goes on Shark Tank and she's like, pitches this. And I don't know if it just was too early or what the deal was. And I think it's kind of old, actually, the episode that we saw. But you can see like it's these little pads and they can stay on you for like 3 days, but they keep. And you know what's funny is you thought the ladies would say something about chafing, right? On the episode, they didn't. Instead, Mark and Robert, if you watch Shark Tank, those were the ones that were like, yeah, I have chafing too. And then, but they didn't give her a deal. And I was like, y'all are stupid. That sounds awesome. So I got them. I'm going to try them. I'm like way behind on being able to do that for them, but I'm excited.
That's a good idea.
But here's the funny story about it. I reached out to them on Instagram immediately while I was watching Shark Tank with John.
Yeah.
And they reached out to me. The girl that runs their Instagram has followed me for years and is a GLP1 girl. Isn't that crazy? I was like, do you know about the podcast? She's like, yes. I was like, serendipity. I know. So I'm hoping it's fantastic. You know, it's just a matter of like, you know, making the video and having the energy, but maybe there'll be a sponsor. But if you're into that kind of thing, let's do it.
Dixie thing. Dixie wants to play.
Oh, Dixie.
Oh, she's frisky.
Oh, she is.
Uh-oh. What are we going to do with this
squirrely live?
She's ready to play.
Hey, Sandra. Let's say hey to everybody.
The boy let her in here. That's what happened.
Lisa. Michael's here. What's up, Pete?
Okay, Michael.
Michael's our peptide friend. He knows all the things.
Yeah, he knows all the things.
Oh, that's us.
We know y'all.
And Deb's here. Hey, Deb.
What's up, Deb?
We love Deb.
We're so glad to have you guys. Please like the live, like and share,
like and share, do all the things.
And subscribe, subscribe.
Like, share.
I will lay the Catholic mother guilt on you. Don't you?
Yeah.
If you love
this is not going to be the most organized live, but it's going to be some good shit.
We all just got back from vacation.
Yeah.
Give us
you guys. I did not, but it's been still an exciting couple of weeks.
Cat held down the fort.
I'm always on a vacation mentally, so you know.
Oh my God, you guys! Today I made a video about it. I was at work and I was like, oh, I can't believe I totally forgot to promote the live. And you got to get traction. It was in the morning and it was my first meeting of the day, and it was one of those meetings where everybody's kind of making decisions that aren't going to affect you for a while. So you kind of are just listening and multitasking off cam. Well, I've only made this job for 3 months, but that's what I was doing. And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to make a video real quick. I go to make a video. I didn't turn mute off. So I made the entire video on the big meeting. Yeah. And then posted it. And then my boss found a way to mute me and sent me a message and was like, what you doing? I was like, promoting the live, you know, like I was like, oh, I feel so bad. But it just seemed like a good time. So yeah, let's hope I don't get fired, eh? If I do, I'll be begging for money on the internet like a weirdo.
That's okay. It's what we're becoming that point. And speaking of begging for money on the internet,
but they're so good about letting me balance everything because I get my stuff done. And they're a very cool company, like to work for like that. Like they're like even the CEO. When we met the CEO, he was like, "Tell me guys what you are," and we would talk about like our career. And then he'd be like, "What do you do for fun? Like, what is your, you know?" And he was like, "I'm the CEO of this company, but I'm an artist," and like stuff like that. So like there, it's cool. Yeah, it's a very good. Like my friend works there. I fell into it. It was very blessing, but regardless, it was still pretty bad. I don't think I've ever done anything like that before, ever.
Not to people at work,
like something from a movie.
Not to people at work.
Yeah, to me, you've done that to me, but never to.
I know I do as regular humans all the time, but in corporate America, I like corporate America. I know other people don't, but I do because there are rules, and it is a game, and you play it like a fiddle, and that's what I do. I just follow the rules.
Well, you're only human.
But I broke the rules today, so
I refuse to only be human, Amanda.
Okay. Well,
you're
a dog. So.
No, to only be human. I'm something more. I know.
I think I just feel like you need to play with Dixie back there. She seems like she wants to like play fetch or something.
I tried to pick her up. I don't have anything.
She wants to play. Didn't you? Hi,
I
Brenda.
did, but I don't have any. I don't have any.
The NAD spray is great. I love the NAD
I am
spray.
hearing so much about this NAD
You
spray.
being 100% honest, because I don't want to jump on this train unless you're being 100% honest. And then I really want to jump on this train.
Would I ever? Good God. I don't even know. I'm a bad liar. The only reason I don't not lie because I'm a good person. I'm just
So I can tell you guys this.
Because I forget
Since
what I lied
she's
about.
been on the NAD, there's a huge difference.
Yes, it
A
is.
huge difference in Kim
Energy?
with taking the NAD. So
ADD?
80.
the ADD hasn't went anywhere.
I would
no.
not.
No.
Yeah, no. The ADD. The only time the ADD is controlled is when I take the Vyvanse, and then when I come off of it, it's like a fiery inferno of just. That's what it's like because it's like a crash.
It's a big
You know what I
crash.
mean? It is
Yeah.
a massive crash.
I've been told it's
But
yeah.
when I'm on it, I'm like superhuman. I'm like that movie with the guy that's the hot guy with the blue eyes. You know,
She's annoying, is what she is.
Talk about is it Bradley Cooper?
I'm always annoying. Yeah,
Yeah, Limitless. She's talking about, but she's
hot guy with the blue eyes.
y'all
Is
when she takes that stuff, it's
the only reason you don't like it is because I don't like to be interrupted, and you are a interrupter. Okay, and when you
It's
interrupt me,
because
I look at
when
him like
I-
I'm going to unalive him. I'm like,
it's because when something comes to me, I need to say it in person so that I see you, so that I understand, or I have a better chance of understanding your reaction and what you're saying, because I'm autistic and I don't know what's happening over video or text, but in person,
anyway,
I've got a better
NAD.
chance.
NAD plus QUBQ. And did I intermuscular with no pain? What? Oh, stick it in your leg? Is that what you mean? Sub-Q. Oh, sub-Q. Got it. I was like, this feels like a new peptide I need to know about.
Oh.
So true. I was like,
We're
what
gonna
is
have a
that?
peptide
Turn
episode.
my work computer
We
off.
are gonna
Speaking
have
of
a-
work, I was turning my work computer off, shutting
Oh, that's
everything
cool.
down.
Oh.
Anyway, hi guys. Remember that time we had a podcast about this? We should probably talk about what you came to hear for.
Yeah, let's talk all about peptides, gray market, all that good stuff. And
yeah, we are. We're gonna talk about.
Well, I mean, don't we have something awesome, coming along that we're going to be doing?
like Dixie,
I don't know.
Things.
Bear, I don't know.
Talking about DC?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you meant you said
DC.
tomorrow.
No, I said, don't we have something?
We got cool things to talk about. Let's talk about things. All right.
Okay.
Cool things. I don't know if we've gone over this. Last time before I went on vacation, I interviewed with WebMD Medscape. And they did a whole spot on myself and the podcast, kind of like for an obesity story. And there are 15 different events that are going on starting, I believe, this month, where PCPs are going to learn, and they will be learning about how to better treat obesity. And they'll be showing my story and the podcast and the whole thing. And I think it will be incredibly cringy to me because, they do follow your feet and go into your eyes and, all the things, but it's to create a very engaging video. So I'm sure I will feel cringe, but if it helps move people in any way, this is good, because if all those doctors go and follow the podcast, they're going to learn from experts and they're going to learn from you. And there's nobody better to learn from than the people on the show, because they tell their story. And then we've got the doctors on that talk about it from the doctor perspective, they hear the patient perspective. So that would be massive for us. Also, while this was all going on, we were interviewed and are going to be featured in a documentary about GLP1s. There's a company that is out of Denmark, or a director out of Denmark. And it's funded and all the things. I forget, it's like the Danish Institute or something.
It's the Danish Institute, the Film Institute, but they also have a partnership in New York. I don't want to quote. It's another film school in New York.
Another film school. But yeah, so they came and did and interviewed us, and I was a complete squirrel and tried to tell my story in the best way that I could. Which was
she did an amazing job.
I
believe it.
I was very impressed.
I'm an analogy person.
She acts like she can't be interviewed, and then this woman does not know how amazing she is. It's
let's just say. Anyway, good stuff. So, but my what I care about is that they feature.
I just worked out for them. That was weird.
And then Kat took him to spin class.
It felt
She
so
cooked with that
strange.
idea. So she took the people from
And I'm like,
Denmark.
I gotta
instead.
show them that big people work out.
I know. That's why I told him, I was
It-
like, you need to go and see.
Kat,
where
it
we
was
meet for
weird
the cycle
eating
bar.
with them. It was weird eating and being
Was it?
filmed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was
We were
so.
filming us, me and John talking, because we talk about stuff all the time because he's part of it, right? And I was eating and I wasn't that hungry, and because GLP1s, and it was like asking us questions and stuff like that, and we were out eating, and
That's
and
pretty
then
cool, though.
I mean, it is all very cool. It was just, but it is weird.
Yeah, it's
Awkward is what I'm looking
it's
for. It's
yeah,
awkward.
it's odd.
But it
It's
is
odd.
very great because we want, yes, the Danish Film Institute. There we go. Deb knows. Danish Film Institute. Yeah.
Because they interviewed Deb.
They did interview Deb. Yeah. Because they
Yeah.
wanted to have different perspectives. They wanted some people that like couldn't get on the meds, that were new to the meds, OGs, things like that. So
And if my niece is somewhere on here, shout out to her because they got a Gen Z perspective as well.
That's
She happened to
great.
be in the house.
And then when
Yeah.
we were at Cat made us dinner, and we had one of our other friends come. We don't want to like out because I don't know if she's cool with it, but she was there, and she's a big deal with the OAC and a friend of ours and an advocate. And we just had real talk over dinner and Brussels sprouts and mac and cheese. It was delicious.
And Kim brought pie home for you, Bear.
I did bring
Yes,
pie
it was
home.
delicious.
It was good pie. It was. It was
It
tart,
was.
but it was delicious. But that is some good stuff that's going on, guys. I mean, that is some traction.
Yeah, but
That's
now I don't
That
think
is
I can
like
have
this
a
podcast
lemon
was
meringue
very
pie
different
any
in
different
months,
now, though.
What'd you say, Bear?
You can't have a key lime pie anymore.
I'm not different than that. I don't think I can ever have another
It's
one.
very
with
easy
that.
to make. I just made it extra tart because that's
Yeah,
how my husband likes it.
but yeah, I don't think I can eat it differently now.
Thank you. I mean, she's not. I would call her my goddaughter, like play niece.
This
The
adorable.
little one. It's the older one. The older one that was interviewed.
They filmed you eating too.
They filmed you eating.
But it's not weird to people watching.
But we sat down and ate with them too. We were not on film, but I fed them.
Oh yeah.
Look at your dog.
Yeah, they ate with us. Yeah, they were very nice. It was a lovely time. And then we've got this will probably lead into other things. So we've got some advocacy stuff coming about. We could talk about that, and then maybe we'll talk about stuff in the news. I know we're not like very segmented today, but this is our summer back from vacation live. So
Yeah, and things will
No,
start
if
to,
you guys
like-
have questions, we could open it up for
we can
comments.
definitely open up for comments.
You know?
Yes.
Good idea.
And
Okay.
while
I have no
doing-
news.
Well,
Like I
that's
have not paid
I have
attention
some
to the
news.
actual news.
I have a little
know.
news.
I've been trying to stay away from it. So this is unofficial news. So on TikTok, someone that we like a lot, that's a clinician, posted that he was able to put through a PA for someone who lost access to Zepbound on CVS Caremark, and that he was able to put through that with a PA for Mounjaro, because the way that the PA was worded, because remember, we haven't talked about this. So I think last time we were here, we didn't discuss that CVS Caremark decided to basically partner prioritize. I don't even know how the language of this trash.
Right.
But say that Wegovy was going to be their obesity medicine, right? I assume deals were made, hands were shaken. And
that's what I think.
it's like, whatever, it's just, 'tis America. And so, they did whatever. And then they became on it. Well, here's the problem. There were thousands, I think hundreds of thousands of people that are on CVS Caremark that were taking Zepbound. And either because they couldn't take Wegovy, didn't want to take Wegovy. Ultimately, Zepbound has been proven to be more superior in terms of weight loss, and is proven to be superior in terms of side effect, like being more mild or manageable. And those are the two areas, right? And then they can't take anymore, and they're told they got to take Wegovy. Well, it's very different to go backwards on these medicines. I haven't done it yet. I would, but going from a double agonist to a single agonist, I can imagine is quite the jolt, So they're kind of forcing them to do that. It's either that or go and, I guess, pay for the vials, which are now $500 for all the doses. I think that happened since we were here last, which is great news. Still not cheap enough, but it's an option at least. I mean, we did go from and a half, right? Like, so instead of being $1,000 a month, it being $500 a month in, less than 2 years, that's pretty good. And Wegovy was $1,400 when we started, and now it's $500. So we're putting the pressure on and doing the right things. And clearly it's working.
We are.
We've got to keep it up. But I think that's sort of like the tea that's kind of being spilled all over TikTok, if you will, is that you can get off-label Mounjaro, right? I don't think if people understand this, like the repercussions of that. Okay. First of all, I can imagine that if that's true, it's a loophole and they're going to close it up. And we exposed it all over TikTok and they watch. So I'm sure that if that's what this is all, y'all know me. We need the speculation with Kim thing.
I want to post this one because Michael Planton just said something.
Some places against the law to force another medication. Interesting. Like, is it per state, Michael? Is that a state thing? Do you know? I'm curious.
I imagine it probably was. It would probably be a state thing.
Yeah. So I think, anyway, squirrel. But I think that, if that is true, I imagine it was an oversight. And I'm sure that I can imagine that it wouldn't be less about like a GLP-1. They probably want you to put you on metformin or phentermine or something else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I suspect that's what it is. However, they're able to squeeze in Mounjaro and some PAs are going through, and I think that it'll get caught. I don't think this is going to be something we're going to see. And I've asked other people, you know, I have plenty of, you know, clinicians that are friends and asked them, and they've reached out to some of their people and they've been like, nah, that's not a thing, you know? So I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe it was a fluke. Maybe it's something that actually works. Maybe it's a workaround. I don't know. I picked up my first box of Wegovy today due to the CVS Caremark. Yeah.
The frustrating thing is that it's the same exact thing. It's so frustrating, but they do not want it used off label at all, because then you can work around a less expensive version.
I think it's that. And then I also think that, and this is all, again, guys, we're just speculating, right? I think the other thing about it is that if you don't know, like 3 years ago, when people that didn't have type 2 were taking Mounjaro, the media had a field day and was having we were just riffing. Like we were all at each other's throats about it, because type 2 diabetics were like, we really need this to live. And the obesity people were like, no, you don't. And then we kind of all were coming at each other, and it was just gross. Like, and I really think what I realized during that time is that everybody was just trying to find a way to get us against each other. Because if we're all together, that's a shit ton of people. You don't want that. That's a movement, right? So I think that if this happened, it could easily, Mounjaro could go in shortage. And then what does that leave open for if there's a shortage? Compound, right? So, and compound exact copies, because we all know, I think by now, that if you can have compound now, but it has to be a custom dose, like custom formulation for the patient. And it's made from 503As and not 503Bs now, from my understanding. Now, lots of people are fed up with all this shit in our gray market. And we've talked about that a lot. And it's not getting any smaller. We have seen, in terms of that on TikTok, a lot of my gray market friends are saying that like tons of the ones that are research grade, right, in the US are getting shut down, like right and left, because a lot of people on TikTok are tired of what they consider like gatekeeping, which is like people saying that they're not going to tell you who their vendors are, because they want you to go down this rabbit hole and figure it out on your own and be accountable for your own choices and not blame them when things go wrong, because they do go wrong, and they go wrong a lot, you know? And people were like, I'm done with that. So they figured out a vendor, they felt good about it, and they started going on and repping it like it's a telehealth, right? Like it's a up and up telehealth. And well, what happens? They're all watching. So they're taking them down like this. So
in states are implementing legislation to tie up loopholes that allow for the like even the possession of some of this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
because
enforcing...
the basically they're just enforcing what's already on the books that they just didn't pay attention to.
Yeah.
They're enforcing certification proof in order to purchase the water required to mix it. As far as I'm aware,
Backwater.
you have to have proof of like healthcare certification, or that you are actually a legitimate organization or MD.
And then I've seen other people now in the gray market community trying to teach other people how to make backwater. Like, can you imagine where this is going?
Very scary.
And if you guys didn't watch, we all just interviewed the CEO of IMAC. And that's the episode that was out this week with Amanda and Kat, and I. We all interviewed him. And he was talking with us about, about the patent system and how they're just really finding every loophole there is to exploit it for as long as they can to keep these drugs from coming to market as generics,
And I have an idea.
Oh, you do? What is that, my friend?
Did we not just discuss the squirrel situation?
It's not a squirrel situation. We're
I'm
just
full-on squirrel tonight.
But look at Dixie's face, and that's what we'll just do.
Yeah, just look at Dixie's face. But either way it goes, I think, based off of the episode and just my own thought process.
I'm going to drink this here Coca-Cola.
Yeah, you drink that there Coke. I think that we need to get together a letter. Somebody needs to write a letter to the patent office explaining everything that we learned and how we feel about it and how it's affecting us. And we need to get a ton of signatures on that. And people with letters with their personal stories about all the negativity that it's caused. And then we need to send it.
Can we do a change.org for the patent office?
That's
what we should do, is change the wording on the petition that we already have, because it has more than 27,000 signatures. So we just do an update and say, FDA didn't listen. We're going after the patent office. Please push this out so we can get more signatures. That way, when we send in a full letter with appendix like we did for the FDA, they see that it has more signatures and they're like, oh, I'm shitting my pants now.
I love that. Can we do that?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
We'll start today. We'll start after July.
There we go.
Look at that. Brilliant.
Just sign stuff, everybody.
Advocate roundtable teamwork. I like it.
It's exciting because I haven't had an idea for the next article yet. And I actually am really enjoying writing these health articles for the nonprofits LinkedIn.
That's fantastic.
So let's go.
Are you doing Substack?
Yeah.
I'm on there. I just don't.
Yeah. So
you
do we want to get into my stuff?
Yeah, let's get into your stuff.
So many updates.
An excellent transition. Let's get into your stuff.
Okay.
We just didn't have our trailer.
It's gonna sound really wild.
Amanda's. We got pink, white, neon.
Should we do Amanda's trailer? Wait, is it loud still? I can't remember.
Oh, let's not blow people's ears out.
Let's
we can skip it. Everyone knows who I am.
No trailers
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Do you want to see the GLP1 tea with Amanda on it then?
We could do that. Click that.
And while we're doing that, I'm going to throw some bean footage in just for some.
Hey, look at Cat on it. Cat's on the job. Throw it in some bean footage. Just the cat.
20 seconds a week to lose 20% of your weight in a year with diet and exercise. That's the power of GLP-1s through Ro. Ro helps find the medication that's right for you, based on cost, availability, and your weight loss goals. Losing weight with GLP-1s is possible through Ro.
Oops. Did my woo come through?
We're missing somebody. Woo!
I loved it.
We
well, he already knows.
We're gonna move on. Bear's fine.
Okay. It's gonna sound ridiculous, but this is my life. So I started a apparel store, apparel for advocates, through the nonprofit, stuck some shirts up on the website, and sold 2. Bless the person who bought them, love them. Then I learned that it's still considered fundraising and can still get you slapped with fines as a nonprofit from every individual state that you receive funds from. And the reason why I haven't had a GoFundMe up for the nonprofit is because even if you have the word donate on your website or anywhere that links to your donation page, you can get fined from any state where you receive funds. And I'm like, I spent this entire time trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And ended up taking the store down, did a bunch of research. God, I wish I learned this sooner. I registered an LLC. GLP1 Access LLC is a subsidiary of the nonprofit. It is the fundraising arm. It is the lobbying arm. I was thinking about starting up a 501c4 that was going to cost $700 and need a whole nother board. And then I realized that I could just make an LLC to do everything.
Yeah.
So easy.
Fantastic.
Why didn't I learn this sooner?
That's really
glad
good.
you learned it now. We're glad
I have to
you
give
learned it
myself
now.
grace because I've been my own legal consultant. I've been my own compliance consultant and the nonprofit CEO and everything else. So I'm just
And an
glad to be
advocate,
this
and
far
a
along.
content creator and a writer. Like, come on. Like, you have done so much in such a short amount of time. You've done great things, you know?
Well, listen to this.
Okay.
The donations we originally received through the GoFundMe that I had first set up,
Yes.
the ones that I had refunded because I then found out that you can't accept donations,
Yeah.
never needed to be refunded in the first place. To be fair, it was only $600, and I told you it was going to sound like a freaking roller coaster trying to explain what happened, but this is crazy. So hear me out.
Hearing.
GoFundMe only gives money to nonprofits through the PayPal Giving Fund, which is a nonprofit organization that is registered in all states. And they take all of the money and turn it into a grant and then give that grant to nonprofits so they don't have to be registered in every state because it's not tracked through them where they receive that money because it's a grant from a nonprofit.
What?
I'm so mad.
Oh man,
I was so mad when I learned that. Yes, they literally are created for that purpose because you can't ask for money, you can't pay people, you can't like sell stuff unless you spend thousands and thousands of dollars in infrastructure to set it all up and then keep running things. Anyway,
that's crazy.
Registered the LLC.
Yeah.
And now we can open any stores we want.
Fantastic.
Wow, that's great.
We can freaking lobby. I just like
need to lobby.
The 5 hours total of lobbying that I did through the nonprofit has now caused me to have to track every second of time that I spend on all programs throughout the entire year because I have to prove that it is under 3% of our organization's activities.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
That's
so so Right to Congress Day or Contact Congress Day was like, that was it for the whole year. And it's caused so much unnecessary stress. I wish I would have
day
again.
We were filming with Medscape and I had like no service where we were. I know. I was like, I have to call the people. And then we checked and we have nothing. And I was like, okay.
Aw,
That's okay.
No worries. I mean,
we can do another one.
The LLC can lobby as much as it freaking wants and actually ask for sponsors, which we desperately need. So October is coming up fast. I would like everyone to just take a moment to really picture when I say this is going to be the very first time in all of history that a large patient advocacy group has protested in DC for patient obesity rights. The first time that a group of people have been like, you're treating fat people poorly. You need to do better. The first time ever. That's huge. And it needs to be huge. And considering that obesity affects almost half of the entire country, there's no excuse for us not to have a large group of people out there.
Absolutely.
Anyone watching knows any connections through the Obesity Action Coalition or any other nonprofit organization or company who cares about patient obesity rights or wants to be at least perceived like they care, then please send them our way because we're not going to get to DC with no money. And the more money that we have, the more of an impact we can make.
Yeah. And Kat and I are trying to raise money independently.
And I think that the graphic or the picture that Kim made of Kim and I at the Capitol should be on a coffee mug.
Me too.
Oh yeah, we have t-shirts. We have t-shirts. So we're going to be putting our logos up there for sure.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to wear my make GLP1 affordable t-shirt. I still have that idea and squirrel.
Well, what if we make a GLP? What if we did this? Hear me out. Like as one of the shirts, and we can have maybe like, I don't know, all
put all the sponsors' logos
we
on
could
the
do
shirts
that
and make matching shirts for everyone.
And then we could have one that says Meet GLP1's affordable. We could have one that says sick people need medicine. We could have one that has when we had one that was really good is we had a QR code so that you could scan the QR code.
Yes, that's on the
GLP1. So we want to have one where they scan it and they go to like a landing page and talk about what we're doing and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that would be really good because that gives people, it's like a call to action, CTA, you know, and it's just something for someone to do to learn more, because everybody wanted to learn more when we wore our shirts to DC that time, you know.
And also, what do you guys think about that?
All we was just being, we just went and sat in an audience. That's it, wearing our shirts. And
yes, I want to ask
because if I don't say that, he'll shoot.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh,
I want to ask the audience, what do you guys think about like Kim and I on the Capitol on a mug?
On a mug? Would you get a mug with?
It would be very cute.
Just a mug, or would you get like a water bottle?
Or some hams. I like it. We need some good photo shoots while we're there. We need people who are good with cameras to come. Like this is something that we can all do together. And like Amanda and I talked when she was finishing up vacation. I was like, I have this idea. Actually, technically, it's not my idea. It's Bear's. Here we go again.
Thank you.
And I was like, I think that we could find a way to make this bigger if we had it where we were in several different cities, right? And then we all had shirts. And then I was like, and then we could stream live. So we want to see if we can get people that will run it for certain cities. And then someone else, I mentioned it to my friend PMAC, and she was like, you really should see if they can do chapters for GLP1 Collective. Like
we've already started.
Oh, you do? Great. So can we use those chapters to be like over those cities and then stream live with us on the day of the event?
Well, that would be fantastic, but it's like a baby in the baby phase right now. Like we're doing our first meetup. So we've launched the Iowa chapter, and it is because it's our home base.
Yeah, of course.
And it's basically like a starter to see how we're going to be able to get the other ones off of the ground. But the main thing is that we need people in each chapter to run them, because I will not be able to do them all myself.
No. So we need some people that are as ridiculously passionate as we are about this.
Yeah. I have one person in mind who wants to start doing meetups in their area, but that's how it starts. You build a meetup, you build relationships, you give them resources, bring them in, and then find out who wants to advocate.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think what sometimes people don't understand is like, this is a job. It's a tremendous amount of work, and you usually don't get paid for it. So, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot. And but it is very important. It's very important work. So if you know people that can give and donate and all those different things, brands that want to be associated with what we're doing, again, like, you know, this is a peaceable thing. This isn't anything other than that. It's peaceable. I would love it if we can set up. The thing is like, I know with OAC, they do Hill Days, right? Where they can set up time to meet with lawmakers, and they're a nonprofit. I'm wondering if you can, like, if that's something you guys can do as a nonprofit.
Through the LLC, I could.
Okay.
But not through the nonprofit. But the LLC is a child of the nonprofit. It's a subsidiary. The nonprofit owns the LLC. I don't own it.
Yeah.
So yes, we could do that. It would basically be the same thing. It just wouldn't be coming from a 501c3.
Yeah.
And there was something else that I wanted to say, and I forgot what it was.
It's okay. It'll come.
So important. It just so I'm sure that you noticed that I have been separating myself from the nonprofit branding on TikTok.
Yes.
My entire life story is on there, and it's only going to keep being on there. So I have to make a degree of separation, especially now that the LLC is involved, because I can't talk from a nonprofit perspective about our LLC.
Yeah.
And I can't talk about my personal life and keep them all coagulated, convoluted.
Absolutely.
Like I have to have degrees of separation because they're all separate entities. So I am my Substack. I'm working on my own stuff now because I would like to contribute to my family's income.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I would like to do something.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
I'm working on that now too. And it's been a lot, but I'm hoping
I'm
that.
so glad you found a way to get that division though. Cause like, I mean, I think this is what makes, honestly, I think this kind of thing and not knowing and all that stuff is kind of what makes these things crash and burn. And it's just so important. You know, we really need it. We really need you. We need that sort of spearhead that is bringing us all together as a collective, you know?
Just have to be able to contribute to my family.
I know how that
while I do all of this.
Boy, do I ever know how that feels. There's literally why I did TikTok shop. Like, cause I was like, I got to find a way. I'm spending so much time away from my family. I have to find a way to contribute. And
I remember what I was going to say.
Okay. What was it?
The LLC is now in charge of the podcast. The LLC owns the podcast, so the podcast can now start commercials and having sponsors and bringing in income itself.
I love that. Yay. Yes. Are you talking to people about that now?
Well, I mean, this just happened, but yes. I sent out a rate card today.
Because I'll be like, oh, that's what's happening. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, like I already did that a month ago. And I'll be like, oh, okay. Like you never know because you're like so efficient.
I registered my own LLC too.
Great.
For myself for limited liability protection.
I had my dad do it because I didn't know what I was doing. Who knows? This is good stuff.
So yeah, you're not wrong. I do a lot fast.
Yeah, you do. I know. Yeah, you do it. Yes, that is exactly right. That should be your logo. I do a lot.
I do a lot fast. Hire me. I do a lot fast.
I do a lot of good stuff fast. That's what it is.
It's awesome.
That's great stuff. So I think like once you can get your shirts on TikTok shop, if we can get other people to sell them that do shop on TikTok, that'd be great. I mean, while it's here till it crashes and burns till whatever, whenever, you know what I mean?
March is the date or something. March.
I don't know. Like, here's the thing, guys. Look, this is my show. I can speculate.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I won't do it. We're going to do it. Hold on.
Oh, we're speculating?
There it is.
That's a little long.
That's cute.
Yeah. Speculating. Here's what I think. Now, as someone that has been a part of startups and mergers and acquisitions several times over now, I have learned that you don't know anything until right before it happens. And the only time you ever know anything sooner than that is if it's a public company, because they have to. So I think that what came out way too soon. And I think the fact that we waited so long. Oh, let me tell you what came out. So what came out, this is the tea. What came out was an article in several different other, and there weren't bad articles. Like they were reputable articles, but it was like unnamed sources is basically what they said, that TikTok will sunset this app as it stands now in March of 2026, and that they will be standing up a whole new app in September, right before the actual ban deadline, which it's already 6 months up, ban deadline, and that they will have the one that's like, and they're kind of going to run side by side, right? And then they'll sunset the one that's here, and they're going to move over the US users to this new app. Now, if you've been following this stuff since the beginning, like I have, because I like tech and M&A, right? Mr. Wonderful and a lot of other people were like, no, like we're going to move the US. That was their plan from the beginning, is if they acquired it, they would take all those users and put them somewhere else, right? Then everybody said, oh, like it's actually going to be Cisco, and Cisco is going to be part of it and all stuff. But it's all been sort of like unnamed, unofficial, whatever. Well, this goes on for a while and we don't hear anything from TikTok. And I'm like, that's how you know. Because if it wasn't true, they would have come out immediately and said that it wasn't true. But they had to keep it together. And when they did come out, it came out with one sentence and said that it was factually inaccurate. That's it. So I have a feeling that's exactly what's going to happen. So I think we all should get prepared for that. I think that, and then it's funny because I had there were some people that are bigger creators that bigger than me. They have like reps at TikTok, you know, and they were like, no, like they would have told us. And I'm like, no, they wouldn't, because their people probably don't even know. Like they're not going to tell those people. And why? Because if they do, then it's going to stop people from investing their time, their energy, and their money into the current TikTok, which is going to tank millions of dollars in revenue that they make daily. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not something that would make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like from mergers and acquisitions standpoint, like they need to keep, this is all speculating, my opinion, blah, 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 you know, but that's what I think. So I think it is going to go somewhere because it is illegal in our country. Like, regardless of if anybody thinks that it should be or not, the fact that they were arguing free speech in our country kind of blew my mind, to be honest. And it is like got to be the most censored app there is. I'm sorry, it is. And I'm on all of them. It's the most censored app there is. So it's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, tangent. That's what we need. We need another thing for tangent when I squirrel. But I think, so apparently it's going to go somewhere. But my point being, like, so we're on other platforms. We've got YouTube, we've got Instagram, which is great. You know, and you know, I think there'll be whatever this new TikTok thing is. I'll go there. I don't want to, but if everybody else is going to go there, I want to be where the community is. You know what I mean? So we'll go there. But I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. Nobody knows anything.
So, just to be the grandpa in the room, if everybody walks off a bridge tomorrow, you're going to walk off the bridge with them too?
I mean, no, but I'll probably have a presence near the bridge, for the podcast, I'll send like a bot,
At least there's a line drawn there.
You gotta be where people are. You can't it's like I'm on Substack. Do I go there often? No, I don't. I don't have time, but I'm there. And the podcast RSS feed gets sent there, so it's like, that's what we're doing. That's where we're at. We're getting more people following us over there. They're starting to follow us on the Substack for the podcast.
Love Substack. I just went there and I was like, oh my God, these people, these are my people. They're so poetic.
Newsy and writerly and
so
stuff like
human and personal. I love it.
Welcome in, Jean.
Writerly. I like that. Writerly.
Yeah. Writerly. That's like what it is, Like Dave goes over there and writes good stuff. I will say I do love how I don't have to worry about the algorithm. My news that I want comes in my inbox. I do like that. That's fantastic, for who I want. Because I'm an old lady. I still read my email. I have my millennial friends don't. They're like, we don't read email. Don't email me. Like, send me a DM. I'm like, what? Don't call me without asking. What?
I'm a little bit like that. I'm
the calling without asking. I am like that. And I know. And that's it. But I think that's just because I'm like, it's rude. What if I'm busy? And then leave a message. Like, that's how it used to be, back in the day. I had my own phone line when I was in high school. Because my parents were so sick of.
You were so fancy. You had your own phone line. I had to share the house phone.
Listen, telling you. It's like the olden days of blogging on Substack. Is it really? Is that what it's like? Yeah. People like that stuff. I just don't have time for it. That sounds bad.
I get that.
I need everything as fast as possible, and that's why I do video, because I'm like, all right, But we're so glad to have you guys all here. What else do we want to cover today? I can't remember.
Well, speaking of going up to DC,
fundraising.
Speaking of going up to DC, we're going to have to make a road trip, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a road trip. Yeah.
And we're going to be hitting gas stations.
Yes.
Yeah, Buc-ee's.
So there was a story. Right. It was a report by the Convenience Leaders Vision Group. I did not know that was a thing. The convenience food business.
Convenience food
industry. But there was a report done by the Convenience Leaders Vision Group.
I see.
Oh, hey, Sandra.
Is it Sandra? Sandra sent those. Hello, welcome in.
Sandra.
Blogging with social media before. Keep going, Kat. I'm sorry, I squirreled.
So maybe we'll have some more protein-rich, slimmed down, higher fiber, low reduced fat, more hydrating options at your local gas station when you got to stop to get some gas.
Sure.
Instead of grabbing a bag of Fritos.
Whoa. Ma'am.
Wait. No Fritos?
Of course there'll be some Fritos there, but they are. But what I'm saying, but basically the industry is saying we are seeing a drop.
Sorry, my sciatica.
We are seeing that people want more options.
Yeah.
More protein. There is a shift in consumer trends.
Sure.
And then also there, now I know if he's listening, I used to have some friends that worked for a convenience gas station. I won't mention who it was, but they would go to, I believe, was it Norway, to observe and see how their gas stations were running. Think about maybe Sheetz. How is there Sheetz in Georgia? I know we have Buc-ee's.
I don't know Sheetz.
Sheetz basically, it's like there's a restaurant within the gas station. It's not as huge. Protein. You know what? I'm not opposed to protein.
Whoa, no Fritos. Whoa.
Right.
Keep going. Sorry, Kat.
But basically, a lot of the European convenience stores have more fruit and vegetable options.
Sure.
More restaurants. So the friend that I had that used to work for gas station that was located here, our corporate headquarters here in Atlanta, they would travel to European countries to see what they're doing. And they did have a lot more fresher, less convenience, less, greasy hot dogs that are rolling on the
Oh, I love a greasy hot dog.
I do like the fact that you are finding more gas stations now with an actual like protein a cold protein section. I definitely do like that, and I'm cool with that, expanding. But what I need them to understand is,
you want your Fritos.
I want my Fritos. I want my Little Debbie's. I want my Hostess cakes. Okay, I need. I
don't think any of that tastes good anymore.
I
That
need
tastes
the
like
unhealthy
to me.
death in a plastic bag stuff to still be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had breakfast at the gas station this morning. I grabbed a protein shake and one of those little yogurt protein chocolate bars. It's like 8 grams of protein. And I was like, breakfast.
Yeah.
It's like 30 grams of protein.
Yeah. So my sister and I used to always, when we would go visit my niece in Oxford, Mississippi, when she went to Ole Miss, we would get those protein bowls at Buc-ee's, the egg, the cheese, the grapes.
Yep.
It was good. It was a brisket sandwich, but I did get a brisket sandwich though. I'm not gonna lie, I did have one of those.
I haven't had the brisket. I've had the pork, and I love the pork sandwiches. However, since I got my gallbladder out, my stomach exploded after I ate that. So no,
we don't want that.
No, but
doesn't like that.
You like the jerky? We're gonna go on a real tangent here because
I love the jerky.
It's not that great for me.
We've been on a tangent.
They have these pre-made things, or at least the one that I hit when I'm going to my brother's house in Alabama.
Yeah.
They have this little section where they also have cut up like venison, little squares of venison.
Sorry.
Dave on the pin.
I feel like doing the Muppets. Dave! Sorry.
And I love that section. I love those too, because the last time I went through there, I got one of them, and they had the little fancy crackers in there.
Yeah.
And I got a thing of the cut cheese.
Yeah.
And then I had my Fritos.
Oh my gosh. So basically, convenience store industry, the convenience food industry, don't discontinue the Fritos for Bear.
Yeah, I need the unhealthy section, okay?
But we do need some, all kinds of arrays of things available.
Listen, everything in moderation. Let me just tell you, I was on somebody's live today, and somebody came into that live. I don't know how to do this without just being saying the things. And that person was like, you know what I just saw? Someone just saw this person, a creator, that was eating Cheetos, and that's why that person's on a stall. And I was like, the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, I can't even get out of here.
I have baked Cheetos.
What? Stop. It's just gross.
The white cheddar ones.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
I really did.
I know, but I'm just saying that's just yeah.
I'm saying we have so many people against us. Can we not talk trash?
It feels wrong.
I did go on a live once, and I will not mention the name because this person I was like, right on, friend, right on. They were saying, I don't know why we are sitting around here talking and judging people, because we used to be the fat people that they judged us and they were mean to us. So why you are not so far removed from being that person?
No.
Why are you being mean like the people that used to bully you? And I was like, say it again, friend. Say it again.
To look at my desk and called out me for eating ugly processed foods, and it was Quest protein crackers.
Man, those are good crackers.
Dave, stop it! Is that what it was?
Yes. I bet.
What a turd! I think that was the guy that was in the live that I was just in. That I was like,
first off, those crackers are tasty. Are they the Quest?
Ew.
I'm taking a picture of myself eating ice cream on vacation, because the first thing that I thought when I was eating it was, I wonder how many people would judge me for eating this ice cream right now.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I was like, oh, that's a disgusting thought that I have to think that.
I know, but as I get bigger, I think those things. Like someday someone's gonna see me scarfing a meatball sandwich, and when they do, I'm gonna give them the finger if they take a picture and be like, "Do this, put it on the internet, please." It will give me the perfect way to run my mouth about how we deserve to eat meatball sandwiches. The turd was posting all over people's TikToks and out. Oh my God, Dave, I can't even.
That means you're doing something right.
He was in one of our mutual friends' lives, this person you're talking about.
That means you're doing something right.
I was like, and they were also appalled. They were like, ew, don't say things like that. And I was like,
all I know is Cat Williams said it best.
Yuck.
If you have 5 haters, by the end of the week, you should have 15.
Yeah.
A hater's got to
Feel
hate.
free to hate on me.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, as we do this work and, growth happens, that it will more and more and more. Like, it comes with like the territory, the next gym bro gonna come at Dave like you aren't busy enough. Oh yeah. I will tell you, like, it's interesting. Some of the gym bros on TikTok are the nicest people. Like,
we talked to what I call him a gym bro, James Coppola. He always takes on the gym bros, and I think it's hilarious.
There's also this other guy that's got a podcast that Jamie recommended, and he's got a very he's great too. I'd like to have him on the show. And he doesn't have obesity or anything, but he's just Spoonie. Oh my God, I sent you a DM. How are you feeling? How are you? We're so glad to have you. Hi. Spoonie's here. So if you don't know, Spoonie was here and did her story a couple months ago now. I think it's been Spoonie, right? And her cancer's come back. And so we want to send her all the positive energy and prayers, however you exchange energy, to make sure that we're there for her. I'm alive, dude. Okay, that's good. That's good.
The life part is important.
Yes, the life part is important. And okay, I will take, considering.
Yes.
Considering. We're so glad to have you here. Yay! You came in kind of towards the end. We've already ran our mouths a lot. You have to watch it on demand.
On demand.
Did everybody like my hook about almost getting fired? I had to think of something. Get your asses here.
You did almost get fired. I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't. She was super nice about it. She's like, welcome to the team. We all do stupid stuff like that. I'm like, thanks. I never have
done anything like that. Like
I've never done anything like this before.
When people say that, I always question it a little bit, because I'm like, I mean, do we really all do it?
Absolutely, Deb. Absolutely. I'm with you, Deb. F cancer. Mm-hmm. Trying. I love how I just said F. Y'all know I say the F word constantly.
All the time.
All the time. I did do an interview with my mom, so Moments for Mom. So if you're a paid member,
you'll get that tomorrow.
You'll get that tomorrow.
Maybe, if you guys are nice.
And then I did some backstage stuff like Dave used to do back in the day when he and I were first YouTubing it up. Back when he was like this big, and he used to like film himself preparing. He used to do like lives. They were like members only lives, and you like backstage. So I go, okay, I'll do backstage, and I go back there, and I just end up talking, and I was like, oh, and Seek.
So basically, you guys will get a brief moment of my life for the last 20 plus years.
It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a lot.
She is. I love her, but y'all don't know.
I mean well. Okay. Love me through it, friends.
A lot of people have said that, and
yeah, I know.
It hasn't always.
Quit roasting me.
He's dry roasting you. Like, oh,
No, dry roasting.
Well, the dry comedy bar,
Well, exactly, Deb. Sorry, Dad. Although, yeah, I don't know. If I said fuck cancer, my dad has cancer, so he'd probably be like, it's all right to say for that.
Yeah, just.
I'm just saying it might be in the realm of okay. I don't know. Anyway. What else we got, guys? We got On the Pen in here. On the Pen, you got any news for us? Anything new? What do you think about the stuff? Dave.
Yeah, Dave, what do we think about this CVS?
Is it really the CVS Caremark thing? Because I've talked to other people and they're like, I haven't seen that. Do you think it's a loophole they're going to close up? Because that's what I think, Dave. I think that we just outed the loophole and they're going to close it up.
I feel like Lily, it was like Big Worm and CVS is Smoky on Friday.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Kat made some funny memes. Y'all got to go check them out about this
video. Yeah, I feel like I am gonna look for some more.
Yeah. Dave, we were just talking about the GLP1 Collective doing. If you're still here, I know you're on kid duty, but if you're still here, just talking about GLP1 Collective doing a event in October, and we need you to come and help us promote it. Okay,
we need all the people.
We need all the people. And if you can't come, we just need you to make a video where you talk about the news and you do this.
You guys,
please.
It's going to be close to Halloween.
It
and
is.
Not having our medication is scary.
Cat, are you gonna theme this shit up?
Should we?
I don't know. I mean, I think for the shirts would be fun if we had like a spooky cat. Oh,
no, we need a picture of the
audience. What do you think? What do you think, chat?
To do a graphic of an Ozempic or
they all go to the same
trizepatide or semaglutide alien like clawing out of somebody's stomach.
John, you've had too much.
No, that's good because the movie Alien, it's from like the original Alien. Yeah,
from the original Alien. And we can also have one that spoofs off of the alien from
as cute as that is. I worry
about alien.
Spaceballs. We can and the AT alien. We
Look
can
at her face, Amanda.
No, I mean, like, it's coming to me, and I'm like, at first I was like, that sounds awful, and then I was like, hold on a second, he's onto something.
Yes,
this is actually a good idea.
I'm telling you,
I'm like John with Bear. He's usually like that. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
But can you imagine, like, if we were all sort of in a costume, and we have a lot of people, and then if we hey Dave, see he's here. If we are using like say
we are squirrel
other markets, people like maybe are TikTok or just living from other places while we're in DC, and everybody is in costume.
That'd be fun. I think I just don't want
it feels more unifying, more unification.
I think that like here's my
no, I'm getting a graphic put on my hoodie.
Marketing, like from a marketing perspective, that all makes sense. But the goal would be for them to see us all united under one message, right?
T-shirts with our sponsors' logos.
It's frightening. It's scary to lose our coverage. And
but we could use that for all of our because everything with marketing is layered messaging, right? So we could use it around our messaging and our videos and stuff. It's just the shirts should try to be as uniform and one message.
I got you. Yeah.
One page. But with all the marketing, which is the campaign stuff, which is what you're talking about, which is everything we should do around it, I think. That's my opinion, you know?
So I'm hearing a trucker hat is what I'm hearing.
I'm
hearing I need a trucker hat.
If the family doesn't tag along, I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
That's great.
We're going to be live streaming, baby.
Yeah, listen, more advocates, the better. I love it. Dave, I love your new office. By the way,
so freaking sweet.
So sweet. Love that for you.
Especially with those Quest protein crackers.
Yes. Quest protein crackers. Also,
ridiculous. Those are good.
Cheetos. What do they taste like? Do they taste like an actual cracker?
I ate Cheetos last night. I ate like
Quest chips. Taste great.
They taste like kind of like a dry. Hear me on this. They're like Cheez-Its, but they're not a Cheez-It now. Don't expect a Cheez-It.
Okay.
But they're Cheez-It like. I enjoy them. I like them. I put them in my soup. Like, you know, if you want a little tomato soup.
I like soup. Do you know what Dr. Rentia said? This is some tea. She said that it's not that you have to have 64 ounces of water, 100 ounces of water a day. You just need that much liquid. That blew my damn mind, you guys. Do you know how hard it is? You do. You all know. To drink all that daggum water. She was like, it could be soup. It could be coffee. Everything counts. And I was like, and she's an obesity specialist and she has obesity. So I've decided that is the truth that I'm going to believe.
Even fruit has water in it.
Yep. I'm right with that.
I'm addicted. I need to have.
John, I don't believe you. You live on Mountain Dew.
I told you the same thing. I
cannot take sugar fast from you. You live on
Mountain Dew.
You do.
Our habit came back a little bit. I'm working on it.
Your soda habit came back.
How to work that out?
Yeah, my soda.
Bear's got a really bad soda habit.
Yeah,
I eat chocolate chips almost every night out of the bag. Baking chocolate chips. I like sit at the computer and just
Amanda, that was me last week. I was eating dark chocolate chips out of the bag.
Mountain Dew.
Mine was just like
I am all done.
Milk chocolate, baby.
You leave it to Dave for movie references. Yep, like a lesser Cheez-It. Yep, they're kind of
baby, order some of them crackers, baby.
I love it. I love it. It's so fun having Dave here. This is great.
Baby, order some of them
chocolate chips.
crackers.
What was left of my chocolate chips, I made cookies out of it. I had my niece over, and so we made cookies.
I'm so tired of people that are hear me in this moment. If you are on this medicine and you think you're going to live on a diet forever, you're fooling yourself. Like, it's just not, there's a reason that we're all here. Like,
do your best.
Because of that trash.
Get your
protein.
That
is not realistic in our country, in our society, like the way that it works, that you ain't going to have some damn Cheetos. The point is you just have a little every now and then. That's the whole point. They've been telling us that forever. Every time we got fatter, right? Just eat a little less, move a little more. Let's just do that now. I'm just saying. That's what I'm doing.
Spoony, it messed with me. So I had a problem with drinking Mountain Dew when I first got on Mounjaro.
Every damn day.
For basically a year and a half, almost 2 years, Mountain Dew had a strange aftertaste to me. Really? It's cleared up now. It doesn't give me a strange aftertaste anymore.
2 12-packs, and 2 days later he goes, I'm gonna need you to order me some Mountain Dew from the store. And I went, what? Like, because he doesn't drink that much usually.
You know what, Bear?
He went down in milligram. He's on 10 milligrams. So
here's to your kidneys.
Hey, I want it known. I get checked every 6 months.
Something was up.
And the functions are where they're supposed to be at. So
I'm just saying, I will tell you, like,
on medication, but they're where they're supposed to be at.
I'm thinking it's because you went down in dose, right?
I'm thinking it is.
We had in the fridge, guys. Okay. He went down in dose, and then I think that's what happened was just this past week that I noticed, because usually I see Mountain Dews all over the house and they're half full, which to me means he's drinking half of what he used to drink. So I'm okay with that.
True.
Right? You know, so that's how I
used to work with John. He would drink a 2-liter of Mountain Dew in one day.
Absolutely a day. Yeah. Is for sure. Like, we all have addictions, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and have you guys had, we should have an episode where we talk about transfer addictions. Also, I've been telling people have been saying, we really need to talk about lipidemia. And
agreed.
And I
100% agreed. Yes.
I have that in my arms and legs. It's pretty significant. It's definitely gotten better since the meds, but it's probably not going to get much more better. It does really hurt. And there are things that you can kind of do to sort of like help with treatments and stuff. And so I think that we should have an episode about it, because a lot of people with obesity have it. A lot of people don't have obesity have it.
Does a GLP1 help with that? Is it confirmed?
I have heard it does.
I've heard no.
You know what? This is a great time for us to think about talking to another endocrinologist about that.
Yes.
About how it helps. A lot of people say women get it post childbirth.
That is Kathy Bates' thing. I think it's lipidemia. It might be lymphoma. No, I feel like it's lipidemia.
Very different. They're very different.
Totally different things.
Yeah.
But I did send a message to her people because I want her to be on the podcast. But we're just
I love you, baby. I really do.
You should.
Aw. I love you too.
You love me because I'm a squirrel. Because I'm a squirrel.
I love you because you're my sugar mama.
Is that what it is? Okay. That is funny when he goes, all the other house husbands. I'm like, you're not a house husband. You're my editor. That's different. Was this Kim?
Kim, do you wrap up your legs to help with? Oh, Kim, I'm sorry, Kim. Oh my God. First off, Michael, I think that's great. I want to call Kim Skim.
Skim. Ooh, like skim milk.
Skim milk.
Ooh, it's a new thing.
I
do the vibration plate, which I totally thought was straight trash, but I bought one anyway because I'm a freaking sucker and a sleepy shopper.
They're at the chiropractor office. They have you.
And I got one. And it freaking works.
I do have to admit, I like using that thing. I do it. I do it at the end of the day.
I know.
You know what I bought recently?
What?
A gua sha. Do you know what a gua sha is?
I've heard.
No. What
it's
is
like
that,
this little vibrating face, heating thing that you rub on your face. And I bought peptide serum to put on my face and then rub it around, and it has red light. So it's supposed to penetrate and make your face collagen, produce collagen. I feel like there's actually a difference. First I looked it up a bunch, and I'm using it on my neck because my neck, I'm almost 40 and I'm starting to see it. Okay. So I was like, I need to probably do something now. So every night.
That's fine. Stop.
I mean, I wish I had started 20 years ago, honestly. The only thing I've done is hand lotion on my face, and I'm just like kicking myself.
What you should be doing, if anybody's under 30 and here, like constantly, it's what I did. Ever since you were like knee high to a grasshopper, always rub the lotion whenever you're putting face lotion on. I was taught this at 12 from somebody's mom or aunt, but to do this, I've been doing that since I was 12, y'all. And look,
nice. Yeah,
anyway.
it's true. And that's why I wish I'd gotten a gua sha sooner, because I'm like rubbing the neck up with the peptide serum, and peptides everything right now.
Yeah, Michael, you're right about
my coffee. I've got them in my face.
Listen, peptides on your lips, that's some good shit right there.
And now I have to get that too. Thanks a lot, kid.
Sorry. We need to get some sponsors. We need to get some damn sponsors, for all the stuff. Listen, y'all, go do what you do and find us people that'll sponsor to help with this thing that we want to do in October.
Spread the word, please.
Because here's the thing. We actually have some really good connections, and we can make a big splash, but we need help because it costs a lot of money to go and do this.
Yeah, if y'all can help them get there, if y'all can help us get there,
help us.
There are potentials to get in front of some serious people.
Yes.
And have conversations.
Yes.
We don't want to name names or anything like that because we don't know 100% what'll pan out, but there's potential.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, with Kim and from what I see with Amanda and
Dave too.
What I know about Kat and these people, you get them in front of the right folks, they're gonna be hoed.
Yes.
Sabina.
And that's what we want.
Hemmy's talking about coming.
I love Sabina. Sabina's got a really good advocate heart. Like you can just see it. It just oozes out of her. I just think she's great. Yeah. GLP1winner.com. Quick plug. Yes.
It's GLP winner, I think.
No, is it GLP?
I'm going to Google it, but I swear I've made this mistake before.
Now I feel like a turd because I always be like, GLP1 winner.
It's GLP winner. Yeah, because I made that mistake before too.
Both.
Such a good website. That shit's
beautiful.
beautiful.
With the Atlanta meetup peeps.
Talented.
Yeah, they had. I'll ask Mike because I think he put together a lot of stuff.
mission was there. Yeah,
I'm thinking they might help you make some. Yeah, that'd be good. Let's try that. I'll reach out to Mike and see because he's the only one I really know. I mean, I know Tiff too. I'll ask them. They got like a whole organization that's doing that kind of stuff now, so that'd be cool. And I bet they'd come too.
Our LLC is organizing this trip so that we can have sponsors.
LLC. Did everybody hear that for the record?
I just have to make sure that there's always to make these disclaimers. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, I love it.
On behalf of the nonprofit.
What is the name of the LLC?
GLP1 Access LLC.
Okay.
Bitchin'. I love that.
It is bitchin'.
GLP1 Access. I bought the domain name a long time ago, so I was like, yes, this is going to work. Let's do it.
We dub it so. There we go. I love it. All right. What else we got, guys? Is that about it?
That is it.
Yeah. We'll be more organized in 2 weeks. I'm sorry.
I felt all things considered, we got back and got refreshed. And
like bottom line, like any news I bring you, I get it from Dave. Like Dave's my news guy. That's where I get the news.
So basically, if we have no news, it's because
it comes to my inbox. I go to Substack.
Dave hasn't done his job, basically.
What has Dave not done? We don't have our news.
Basically,
Dave's just too busy eating his Quest Cheez-Its,
Yeah. Well, I want Kim to order me some of those.
Peanuts because
I want to try those.
I can see some.
Yeah.
People like them on taco salad.
Get them on that website that Jeff Bezos has.
Oh, that they're Jeff Bezos. Listen, this podcast takes sponsors from everywhere. So Jeff Bezos, if you're interested in advertising, we are open. For hoeing. That's what Kat and I call it. That's what affiliate marketing feels like. It's hoeing.
We're open to hoeing.
It's okay. We hoe it. Yeah. Speaking of hoes,
gotta do what you gotta do.
Before we go, if you guys don't know about NAD+, I'm gonna tell you all about it right quick. Listen, y'all know me well enough to know. This is my readout. Y'all know me well enough to know I could push supplements till my face fell off and make tons of money. Do you ever see me doing that? Do you ever see me doing that? No, I don't. And I don't. I'm pushing it with this. This shit's awesome.
This is a very good bit to save, John. Just let you know.
John likes it too. John
because
was like,
I'm
so good.
Injections.
John, you sniffing it up your nose too?
No, he doesn't take it. He just likes that I do.
No, she like
Always gotta eat.
I can honestly say there's a difference between her when she's not on the NAD and when she's on it. When she's not on it, it's she's slow, so slow and so tired.
The NAD has such a connotation. It sounds like you're saying something dirty. So when she's on the NAD,
but you know, when she jumps on that NAD, you know, if she jumps on it, she's full of energy. She's happy. She's smiling.
Did I miss you?
Because that NAD did it.
Because that NAD did it. I'm telling you, that was awesome. And I hope
these jokes write themselves
where I get my NAD. And I have a coupon
code. I with my NAD.
You know it hits hard, Kat. The NAD hits hard.
Hashimoto says he is NAD safe. I don't know because I'm not a doctor.
I wonder.
But what I will tell you is if you go through ShedRx, you don't have to pay a fee or anything.
Just go to Shed.
40% off. If you go there, you meet with a doctor and you can ask them. Like you're going to meet with someone like on a video.
Cool.
Yeah. And there's not a fee or anything. You just pay for the medicine and you give 40% off. See, Kim40 saves you 40% off on NAD+.
Super cool.
I feel like Lucy, you know, like when she was trying to sell Vitavitamine.
Well, honestly, Moxie,
I do
don't.
Too.
We don't know if it would be.
I'm Cat 50.
John, are you answering?
This question came up. I was going to start to answer it so that you would jump in.
I did. Didn't you hear me? I said,
no,
I don't know, but you'll meet with a doctor if you use ShedRx. Code Kim40.
Right.
I'm just saying.
They won't take your money.
When doing the subcutaneous injections for NAD.
Oh, so quick. Did you use Shed, Sandra? Did you get NAD? Did you get the spray? Did you get what'd you get? What'd you get? Tell me everything. I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear how everybody experiences it. Max research, NAD plus helps all cells in body. Oh, that's good. Thanks. Look, Michael, what we're doing you. He's our peptide guy. He's our peptide friend. He knows all the peptides. I love it.
I love it, but it's a pain to inject every single day. Like every single day.
I would love to do that because I like giving myself shots because I'm weird.
I enjoy it, but I'm so fucking busy. I don't have time to give my shots every day.
I'm annoyed.
My treat at night to watch it.
I'm annoyed. I'm like, I have stuff to do. I don't have time for this bathroom trash. Like I literally think that.
But I don't have the freaking time. So if I could just like
squirt it up your nose.
It's all about schedule.
Shoot up.
Oh my God, please try to put me on a schedule. I'd like to see you try.
If you were willing to submit to a contract, we could negotiate.
What are you talking
about? A trial run.
Let me start making money first.
Like,
no, you don't have to pay me anything. You don't have to pay me anything.
Stop doing things for free.
I'll get you on a schedule for free.
This is an interesting.
Oh,
I can do it.
Naughty stuff, John. I think
we got naughty things going on.
You want all this?
What
is this?
Do you have the balls to get on panel, or are you
in our YouTube live?
I don't know if it'll be a troll. Like, do you want us to go to your fan page? Okay.
Oh my God, this is some naughty language.
Asylum fan page. Are you ready for the GLP1 drama? Because we can, there's a lot of drama in that community.
To lead comment.
What in the name of Sam's?
Put user in timeout. Ban user.
Come get some. I was going to say, you can bring all the GLP1 community people. Okay.
That was
listen. I was just saying, go.
All right, we're gonna delete that. All right, I banned him. Sorry, Pierre, I couldn't.
Dang it, because I was gonna I don't
naughty stuff there.
I'm willing to argue.
This watermelon stuff is really good, Kat. I don't know why I didn't.
That was about to prove that she was not a little B word.
I do know why. I didn't.
I was about to be like, listen,
because they sell it in a big tub, and I don't like
every community
anything
has
in excess now. It messes with my brain.
So now you know what you know what the lemon that you drink. Which one are you drinking? You're having the watermelon, right?
Yeah, it's very good.
It's fracking delicious.
It's fracking delicious.
Hear me on this. This is what I do on shot day. Watermelon flavored electrolytes, watermelon seek.
Oh,
Love watermelon flavor.
So fracking good. Also,
fracking delicious.
Watermelon electrolytes with the blue raspberry, also freaking delicious.
Okay.
Watermelon wine, also delicious.
You should do a recipe because everybody's always doing
Watermelon
Oh, that's what I'm
sugar.
right.
Even better.
Well, that's what I was telling you when we were chatting before we went on live, guys. I have lemon seek, and I was thinking of making like a frosted lemonade. So I'm gonna figure it out, and I'll post it on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Cat. I just had an idea.
Look at Dixie.
Just had an idea. I don't know if it exists, so if it does, tell me. But I don't think it does. A watermelon cheesecake.
That sounds weird.
John,
a watermelon cheesecake.
I mean, I've heard of watermelon
like not much.
milkshakes from like Cookout.
I want a watermelon cheesecake, Cat.
It was so funny when we were doing Squirrel.
That
The
sounds
documentary
strange.
guy wanted us so badly to tell the story about the cheesecake.
So good.
Deb, did he make you tell the cheesecake story?
Cheesecake.
What's the cheesecake story?
Good.
Did he ask you about it, Kat?
What?
What's the cheesecake story?
So he really wants someone to talk about how cheesecake is straight crack. Like that's what he wants. Yeah, that's what he's looking for. Because it is.
You're talking about the Danish guys?
Yes. Did he?
Oh
ask you
yeah,
about
the doctor
cheesecake
that fed the rats cheesecake, and they
And I was
stopped
like,
going after
look,
their.
man, I know what you're saying, and I can tell you every story about that with every other thing. I just don't like cheesecake that much.
Me either.
It's
I
very
love
good.
when you said that, I was like,
just
ice
like
cream,
whites.
maybe.
But I do
look
think
at
that if I
that.
didn't have any other options and cheesecake was my only option, I had obesity, I would definitely think that it was like crack. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like,
I love
Some people
cheesecake.
don't like cheesecake, you know.
I'm not gonna lie. So I was like,
All the
So,
cheesecake.
John, I have a particular recipe, and I will only teach it to young women.
he was really sweet.
But don't break out the recipe unless you want him to stay forever. It's the you won't be single long sweet potato cheesecake recipe.
He
You
won't
have
eat
a
that
sweet
alley,
potato
though.
cheesecake?
I would eat sweet potato.
How you think I got this ring?
Cat, you've been
Got
holding
this
out
whole
on me.
family hooked. You what?
You've been holding out on me.
Oh my God.
You didn't know
With
that was my original. That was the OG.
You never brought that to
I made
me.
a sweet potato cheesecake because it's not like, I'm so tired of it. Like it doesn't taste good to me.
But you never brought that to me. I ate a lot of good food from you, but you never brought that to me, Cat.
Never for Thanksgiving, huh?
How
You
dare
never.
you.
No. I feel hurt. I feel offended and traumatized.
My bad.
I
Put a
thought
little,
we were
you
people.
can put
All
like
right.
candy pecans on the
Somebody
top,
wants to
like
do
a
this.
sweet potato souffle.
Y'all been friends too long. It's like what
Oh,
Kat and
so
Squirrel-
Oreo makes all those fantastic cookies, right? So sometimes, like during the holidays, I'll get like the Cinnabon cookies and use that as the crust. Look at his face. For a sweet potato cheesecake, I'll use the Cinnabon ones. Or there was another one. It was like a hybrid of the golden, but it was like something different. But the cinnamon ones make fantastic crust for sweet potato or anything or a pumpkin cheesecake, which is about the same recipe.
Mm.
Look at Kim's face.
I'm
See, look
so
at this.
hungry.
So we're just talking about people who are shaming
John
Dave
hungry.
for his
I can't afford
protein,
this.
his protein crackers, and we're talking about cheesecakes.
All right. Anyway, but regardless, he wanted us to tell a cheesecake story, and I was like, I think cheesecake's good, but I like other
Not
things
that
much
good.
better. You know what I mean?
Oreos.
Oreos are
Freaking Oreos are crack.
I am
I
telling you,
use Oreo
everybody that's
crust on
ever
my
been on the
cheesecakes.
show always has an Oreo story. I
Yep,
swear.
I always do Oreo crust for my
Yeah.
cheesecake.
Oreos are crack. They do need to leave Oreos alone, though. Quit
And they
making
have
them.
gluten. The gluten-free ones are good too.
The gluten-free ones are better than the regular ones.
No, they are not, ma'am. I have tasted both. I've
Ma'am,
done
I mean,
extensive
sir,
research.
Aren't they both the same?
No,
They're
ma'am.
not. They're different.
Aren't they just
They're a little
marketed
bit
differently?
crunchier. They're
Different
crunchier.
flour. Different
No,
flour.
there's a
And the
there's a
Coca-Cola ones are
sweetness.
delicious too.
There's a sweetness.
Leave Oreos
difference.
alone.
So
Sorry.
there's something they do different in the recipe.
The
Whatever.
dark chocolate Oreo makes fantastic
Mint.
crust too.
I get it.
You
I
want to
get
know
it.
something that's truly amazing, Kat? Deep fried Oreos.
Oh, man, I think I'm on a hot flash.
That's I get lost there. I can't do it.
I didn't think
They're
I could
okay.
either, and then
can't do
I
it.
went to the Renaissance Fair, and they had them on the menu,
Welcome to
and
the
I
Plus
was
Size, where we
already
talk about deep fried Oreos.
and I was in a happy place already. So I was
Is it almost shot
what?
day for us? Because we are talking a lot about food.
My shot is every Friday morning. So
and it's Thursday. And I'm like, is anybody else noticing a trend? Because we do Thursdays now because it's better for Amanda because Dave doesn't do lives. And also we were at the same time with downsides. Yeah. And they with the lives at the same time.
Yeah, Deb.
I don't want to choose. And I was like, well, I knew Dave wasn't doing lives anymore. So it just made sense. So now we do them on Thursdays. So that being said, why did I just explain all that? What is it like being friends with me? It's like I can't even imagine. Like it's a lot, right?
What? I want food.
I had a point. I was telling you.
It was shot day.
Oh, good shot day. Because Friday's shot day. All that just to tell you Friday's shot day.
Friday's shot day for me.
Friday's shot day.
Yeah, Friday is
Monday.
I'm hungry.
I like to enjoy my weekends.
I have been cooking like baking orders galore this week. So it's when I have those, honestly, I will tell you, it's kind of hard to meet goals because I still like sweets. Even some people say like when you're on the GLP1s, you lose your cravings for sweets. Mm-hmm. No, but like I said, I don't want it as much, but I like the chocolate chips.
Two things to talk about before we go.
What's up?
It might be important other than food because clearly we're all hungry. One, I'm wondering if anybody has had a common side effect of apathy on the high doses for a long time because I have. I've been on 12, 5, or 15 for one of the two for 2 years. And I got to the point where I wasn't even enjoying doing the podcast anymore. Something was wrong. And I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I even have like friends only like videos of me just like crying because I'm like, I can't, something's wrong. And I saw Dr. Spencer, who's an obesity doctor. He's a great doctor. And he posted this video and he was like, he's having some people that have been on those high doses for a long time. It affects kind of that part of the brain. And then they didn't want to work out. They didn't want to do anything anymore. He took them down to 10 milligrams and got better. Luckily, I was in the middle of fighting my PA. Fuckers. Sorry, Dad. And then, and so I went, we had 10. John and I had 10. Okay. That's where we're at. And then we got compound and we're at. This is where we're at, fighting the PA. So I took 10 and I felt better immediately. And this will be going to my 3rd week on 10. So like, just look out for that. If that happens and talk to your doctor, if you see that, because it is something that we are seeing for people that are on the higher doses. If some people got to have that always on the higher doses, but I would say I've always had apathy of things I used to like a little bit. But for me, it was really over the past 6 months. Whenever I got my gallbladder out, it just, everything shifted in my body completely. So look out for that. The other thing I noticed is my vision is better on 10. And, they say to look out for that, right? Like that's a very small chance, but I think that we should talk about these things being a possibility. We should know, like we deserve to have all the information so that we can adjust, because that's what Dr. Toomer always says is like when it comes to gastroparesis or any of those things, there's warning signs, right? And you can adjust accordingly. But it could also be I'm eating a little more, which I need to eat more. It's always been my struggle. I'm eating a little bit more. And so I might be drinking a little bit more because of that. And so maybe I'm hydrated a little better. It could be that, or it could just be that my vision's better. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just something to think about. So those are 2 things I've experienced. Look out for those things. Talk to your doctor. There's a reason that the whole shopping cart experience is not good. It's because you need to stay in touch with your doctor. Like, this is not just a set it. It's not a crock pot. You know what I mean? It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. Our bodies are not static and they change, and we need care and we deserve care. Shut our X or row. Yay. Ho.
Yeah. Shut our X. You can use me too.
You can use that too. We both hoes.
Get your nads from Kim and get your shots from me.
There you go. That's the way.
We'll hold out on both of them until I get a watermelon cheesecake.
Watermelon cheesecake. That
Yeah,
doesn't sound good.
You know what?
With graham cracker crust.
I'll try something.
Gross.
It sounds disgusting, but I'll try. Maybe watermelon extract. I don't. You know what? I'll try something.
I think it's worth trying. I just
makes me think of.
Use my link. Thanks.
What is it? I think it makes me think of Cookout. Cookout has a watermelon milkshake.
Did the doc tell you?
Well, they have an extract that they use for watermelon daiquiris that you could probably use.
Sounds interesting, but
for anybody else? Are you guys all food squirreling with us.
Yeah, the doc guys did talk about the cheesecake with the rats. Wanted cheesecake. They didn't want their regular food anymore.
But he was like, "Tell me about that." And I was like, "I mean, okay, cheesecake is good, but I should have been like, but Oreos are the thing."
It's true.
Yeah, it was funny because he
Everybody
asked me
has
this
their
one
thing,
question.
though.
He's like, "What did you think about when like Oprah had these specials?" And I go, "I was excited, but I was like, where you been? Like, where you been?
Yeah.
We've been shouting about this for 2 years. I'm so glad to have you." But
Well, and that's what she said too. She was like, "Where have y'all been these last 20 years? Because I'm over here peddling Weight Watchers,
damn
talking
straight,
about
that's what she
bread."
You get a car. Everybody gets points. I love Oprah. Always and forever. Can't help it. Core memory. I think he was hunting for the connection. Yeah, I just don't think he's gonna get it from me. I think he needs it from somebody else. Like, but I mean, it is a connection. Like what he's saying is like, you know, they preferred.
I made the connection.
Yeah. I mean, I did the best I could. I was like, kind
He
of.
was looking for sugar
that's
is
how
bad.
that's how I
It's kind of hard. You couldn't do it either. Yeah,
He was looking for sugar equals bad.
I
Is
know
what he was looking for. And
But
no, sugar does not equal bad.
It doesn't equal
Sugar
bad.
equals delicious. Okay?
It's just like Dr. Kessler said, right? Like it's not the food, it's the food that's scientifically engineered. That's the problem.
I don't mind the food,
True.
okay? Don't take away what guilty pleasures
my puppy.
I still
So,
have.
I and the origins of
treasures.
sugar. And I took an anthropology course, I remember in college and it was a book that we read that was very interesting, but it's true. Sweetness and power. So when sugar cane was discovered,
Yeah.
imperialism, colonialism, sugar was like gold. It's
with all the love in my heart. You read too much.
Who reads too much?
she's that's
just kidding.
The things I remember from college. I took a lot of anthropology.
Instagram disconnected our
now,
stream.
I'm just now getting into anthropology.
If you want to continue streaming on Instagram, you can remove the destination. Did we get in trouble? What happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
After 1 hour for most users. That's all.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. I did like an hour Instagram live.
We've been on for 90 minutes. Okay. No, he wasn't. Deb, he wasn't out there demonizing sugar.
No. Oh, you don't think he was?
You know, I think that everybody, when they're telling the story that reaches out to me, like there's this lady that's writing a book and I'm going to be like a character in the book. If it comes out, I don't know. Who knows about any of this stuff? Who knows about any of this stuff? But when it comes out, like she was like, I'm trying to figure out who the bad guy is. And I was like, everybody's a bad guy. It's like, that's the, like, and I told them this too. I was like, it's not just the food. It's not just the meds. It's not just the drugs. It's not just the disease. It's not just us. Like it's everything. It's a big steaming pot of shit. And we have got to find our way through it because that's the problem at this point. Like, I see it clearly. We've got to fix it. What are you talking about, John?
Captain Crunch and the Cocoa Bird, they're not to blame. Yeah, I mean, you just said nobody's
oh man, that South Park episode.
That
was so good. That was so good. The cereal.
Cat, at least
Captain Crunch was pretty. He was pretty vicious.
Yeah.
Captain Crunch was vicious. That was
he was.
Like they've been kicking the insurance company's been kicking the can down the road. Somebody else's problem. And now we're everybody's problem.
Well, then when we
loud,
we realize like how much it's just like a perfect storm. Everything working together, just like food, right?
Yes, it is the perfect storm to take out the entire country. I'm telling you, the way it's going, it's just like he said, like. Dr. Kessler said it perfect. We're waking up to what's killing us, right? It's this. We have to solve for this, and it's healthcare and advertising and fashion and diet and eat less and move more. It's everything, Deb. That's the thing is there is no one villain, I'm sure we can figure out who the initial villain was at some point. Do I think that it's probably a specific diet company?
Okay, so we discussed this. Kim and I and our friend discussed this when we were talking with the documentary guys.
Yeah,
I recommend. I'm going to have to listen to it again. There's a book called "Fearing the Black Body," the racial origins of fat phobia, and it's pretty extensive. It goes centuries back. So
It's interesting. Cat reads a lot.
It's worth a read.
Interesting. You know, it's funny that you say that because part of my life, I grew up in Hawaii and we did Hawaii history. We didn't do US history. So we learned all about how Queen
Fascinating.
Liliuokalani was like a super large woman and she was like perceived as the most beautiful person and, you know, being her size or like closer to her size was what was wanted. So it's really interesting that
Very interesting.
history you're talking
The
about.
cultural shift and what's
Yeah.
considered beautiful and how that changes and how that
Yeah.
relates to food and how that relates to money. And, you know, that is a thing.
But
you
how
know?
it relates to self-control. Like there was,
Yes.
when you read the book, there are some instances where like European individuals, I think,
Mhm.
I'd have to go back and read it, where somebody just died of starvation because they just had to be so slim. I had
mean, that
sugar
happens
mom, I had all the self-control.
you know, that
Yeah.
happens now. And I think that's something to think about. I have seen some stuff around like people talking about having like that have anorexia, right? They're talking about how they have food noise. And like it may look different and feel different than ours does, but ultimately it still is disordered, right? And I think there are some people, I've met some people in this journey that have that and that take this and it has changed them. It's allowed them to have a healthier relationship with food and with their body and better lives. And so I think there's just different ways for this to be applied. And we just have to kind of stay open, you know, because I certainly wasn't in the beginning. I was very judgy. But I started this thing like a year ago where I was like, what are the chances that I'm just over here right? Like that I'm just perfectly right and there's nothing for me to learn. And the answer was there isn't, Kim. You know what I mean? And there's always something to learn, you know? And I think like just kind of staying open and having those conversations. Like, did you guys hear Skinny Talk got taken down? Like their hashtag is gone. A bunch of people aren't gone anymore. It's Skinny Talk, TOK. I want to have them on the show. The way they do things is basically tough ass love and mean words to basically say that we shouldn't glorify obesity and all these different things, but they're like, and everything in moderation, get your ass up. Like it's very diet culture, but it works for them and they don't push it on us. And they say, if it's not for you, keep scrolling. And so in a way I kind of respect it and I can't help them. Like if we're fighting the same thing, why don't we talk about what we're fighting? You know what I mean? So I don't know. If you guys know Skinny Talk people, let me know. I want to have them on the show. It'd be a good conversation, right?
Never heard of it. That sounds awesome though to interview them.
Yeah, I think it would too. I think it would be good. Yeah, I know. The next people I want are Bernie. We have a plan in place in the community to get him. And then I really want Kathy Bates. Like she's a healthcare activist. Like, you know, like it's perfect fit. How do we get her? I don't know.
I want Roseanne Barr.
I reached out to her.
You did?
I emailed some people. I haven't heard back. I reached out to Bernie Sanders too. I haven't heard back.
I reached out.
I haven't heard back from anyone. I've reached out to so many celebrities and news outlets. The only news interviews I've had are from outlets finding me.
Absolutely.
But no one gets back to me if I reach out.
Absolutely not. They're flooded with stuff like that. I've tried that too. Yeah. And like, I think it's just when they're ready to talk about it and the way they're ready to talk about it, or if you know someone who knows someone who knows someone. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Kessler said he wants to help us, so I'm going to leverage that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Awesome.
Dr. Kessler. I'm going to need you to hook us up so we can change things. Thanks very much. All right. That's been a good show. What do you think? Should we run some bean footage and say goodbye?
That has to roll. Yeah.
Quick. Let me tell you about NAD. And they don't pay me for this. I just give me, if you sign something, listen, go get some NAD. Just kidding. No, it's helped me a lot with energy. Talk to your doctor, see if it's good for you. But if you do,
also for ShedRx,
GLP,
it's HSA and FSA approved as well. So
that's right. And for that, it's code. What's your code, Kat? For
Cat
GLP?
50.
Cat 50.
5.
Guys, this is what we got to do to keep this going. Just to love us through it. Okay. Good show, friends. Nice, bumpy, squirrely back. Huzzah. Advocates, hands all around. I like it. Let's roll bean footage. Say goodbye, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Have compound. Here's Ro.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
well, Rose,
here we go.
Food has definitely been a very dominant voice in my head. That's not the main focus anymore. Dieting, exercising, and adding GLP1s through Ro is a game changer. I have such a sense of mental freedom since I started with Ro. Food no longer controls my thoughts. Family time used to revolve around food, and now it revolves around what we're going to go do together.
World, so they shouldn't have nuclear weapons. Just like bad people who wanted to.
Oh,
John.
Well, here we go. It's been real, y'all.
Are you interested in understanding GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Mounjaro? Then join us on the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, the groundbreaking podcast helping people change their lives one episode at a time. The Plus Sides podcast is a disruptor. We're breaking down barriers, smashing stereotypes, and sharing inspiring stories that'll leave you feeling informed and empowered. Join us every week to learn from doctors who are specialists around GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Mounjaro. They'll provide you with science and facts to validate these incredible stories. But that's not all. We'll also bring you the voices of the GLP-1 Mounjaro TikTok community, real people who face the challenges of obesity-related diseases and disorders and discovered the incredible plus sides of GLP-1 medications. Our episodes are filled with heartwarming stories, laughter, and moments of triumph. You'll connect with our amazing community members who are reclaiming their health and experiencing their fullest lives. Are you ready to embark on a journey of discovery and empowerment? Tune in to the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, and together we'll change the narrative around obesity and end the stigma. Subscribe now on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and join our incredible community. Let's celebrate the plus sides of life together, because every story deserves to be heard. Every life deserves to shine, and everyone deserves access to expert knowledge and medication. The Plus Sides Podcast. You're not alone. It's not your fault.